Anyway, let's have a look at Genoa and then spend some money and then decide how we're going to tackle this military option. I want to leave some money behind, of course, so that I can put troops back in the towns to defend the towns while my army is away. Everything seems fine here, doesn't it? What have we got here? Noughts, 7 predicted, on an 8 there, so that's coming down, improving all the time. Right, so provided I leave enough for, say, 2, 4, 6 infantry units at 800 each, 8, 16, 1, 2, 3, so 1,600, 3,400, 5,400. If I leave 6,000 in the pot to replenish my infantry after it's gone attacking his in India, then I should be okay. So for now, what I need to do yet again is to improve my economy in places where it's less at risk. Now, we're not so much at risk inside here. Still can't get this, which is a shame. Okay, have we fulfilled everywhere in France and Spain? I don't suppose we have. Let's go and have a look over at the Americas and see what they're doing over there. Just make sure that these Austrians are staying where they're supposed to. Because if they are, I might risk constructing some buildings near to them. Yep, left all 6 still in there. Let's see what we can do here then. Lots of buildings around here, you see, that I can sort out, but I've been leaving. So, right, cotton as well, that one. Good earner is cotton. Over here we've got Ironmaster's Forge. Now that gives me a -1 on happiness, and I'm not sure how it works in here. Let's have a look. Is this a -1? There's another -1. That's -2 on unhappiness if I upgrade those two. So let's just have a quick check over here and find out how happy they are in here. Oh yes. Alright, we've got an 8 in there. I've got 5,772 left over, so I wonder if that's going to leave me enough to be able to replenish my troops over in India. I might bring some up from Goa actually, or one up from... oh, I thought I'd left. Here we are. Yeah, might be worth me bringing up some troops from there just to hold this fortress when I attack that one. Anyway, so let's just have a look, see what troops he's got in there before I make my decision. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 10 in there. I should be able to take my mortars up there, and with my mortars I should shell him. I've got 2 of them there. It's going to be a pretty darn boring battle to watch, that one, because what I'll do is I'll sit outside his walls and simply shell him with the mortars, while putting virtually a square round of infantry all the way around the mortars with some cavalry support behind. And the idea of that will be that he can't get at me. He's got to come out of the fortress to come and attack me. His guns will be difficult to manoeuvre, of course, coming out of the fortress, and you've seen it all before, so I really don't think it's worth you having to sit through and watch that again. And of course when I do this, it will cut off this trade, which is 1,700 there, 2,280 there, which is about 2,000 trade he'll lose immediately as soon as I do that. These places here, of course, like I said to you before, they're dock yards, so he can't make anything for trade out of those. I'm not sure if he's got a trading port down here yet. No, he's got a fishing port down there as well. So in other words, I cut off all his trade as soon as I do that. Having said that, he hasn't even got a trade fleet yet, so it's only trade that he's receiving from other people, I think. Anyhow, I'm thinking about moving the whole lot of these up here, because this part of India seems fairly secure, doesn't it, up to there, and we don't seem to have any incursions yet either. They all seem to be in the north at the moment, the incursions, so I'm thinking of shuffling everything north, and then what I'll do is I'll sort of recruit to this area. There's 21 happiness, the forces are giving 10, so if I remove all of them, that means I should still have 11 in there, so that's absolutely fine. So I'll take them all out and add them to these here, and then we'll do our invasion of there. That should pop out that fleet from there, which I should then be able to attack without there being any risk to anybody being able to attack me, and give me a bit of prize money as well. That should be nice, shouldn't it? Now I think you can see that the advantage is slightly with me, so if I was to auto-resolve this it would come slightly in my favour. I'm hoping to stand far enough away with my mortars though to be able to shell him from a distance and force him to come out and attack me with all this sort of mob type stuff that he's got there. Okay, I'll let you know if the battle was any different, but watching me for an hour or so, whatever, of just going through this, I think would be a bit dull. Well, I'm really quite sorry I didn't include that battle. There were no fortress walls around there at all, so it was a pitched battle. He came charging at me, divided his force into three, tried to outflank me and almost successfully did it on 2 occasions. So I suffered quite heavy casualties there. I'd expected him to hide behind walls where I could use my mortars to shell him from a distance. So a bit disappointing, that one, really. So more losses than certainly I expected to have. Not only that, but it means that my men are now quite exposed out there in a town that has no walls around it whatsoever. I also expected this fleet, well, fleet, it looks like one ship there, doesn't it, on the west coast, to be flung out into the Arabian Sea there. As soon as I occupied the town. Of course that's not the case, is it? He was in there before. There's nothing actually kicking him out. He's now just occupying a foreign port. So I would need to send troops in there from somewhere to kick him out into the Arabian Sea. I've got doubts actually about attacking his ships anyway, because he does have a large number of ships, and I've checked the number of regions that he's got. He hasn't got a great deal. He's only got about 8 regions, so to sustain 3 large navies like that is going to be costing him a lot of money, and he has no trade ships. So I mean, he can rely on land trade, of course, and he will be trading with the Ottomans, but other than that, he's spending a lot of money on these ships, and I'm thinking it's a good idea for me to allow him to keep those large fleets at the moment, to reduce the numbers or the amount of money that he can spend on his own troops. I'm looking around at options of where I can attack now. It's difficult. He just seems to be too far away from me from wherever he is. That northern unit there is unreachable. The one just below it in the south, that's unreachable as well. Just can't quite get there with any of my troops at all. He sat them right in the middle of the areas. He knows exactly where to go. So if I come out and attack him on one of those places, he'll go in and take my fortress with the other one. It's a bit like a sucker punch, isn't it, really? You know, you avoid the main shot to your face and he gets you with the jab. That's the problem. See that? Too far to reach that other town as well. It's all a bit difficult. India seems quite a sparse country. Seems large open spaces, and of course I've put no money whatsoever into the infrastructure, which means that my troops are not going to move very quickly along those roads. I'm struggling for spies as well now to find out what's going on, so I'm moving some of my missionaries around to see if they can help. One thing I need to know is if I move my army out from the northern town, you know, what will he be able to hit me with? And of course I've just seen now, using that spy, he's only got 1 infantry unit in there by the look of it, so I don't feel too exposed by that, which means that I should really be using that northern army somewhere to attack some of his rogue units that he's got wandering around India. Just wondering how much is in this one as well, of course. Might have to start using these geographical features in the game, you know, these rivers. We'll see.